That's right. You need to learn how to bluff at work. That too to your seniors. Hey, I'm Ravi, a storytelling coach who has trained 10,000 plus mid to senior level leaders across companies on the art of storytelling at work. I've also guided 200 plus non-profits on crafting a better pitch, enabling them to secure hundreds of millions of rupees in funding. And I've written a highly rated book on this topic. In this video, I will talk about the importance of being able to bluff at the workplace. Let me start with a story. In a smoke-filled war room, a bunch of senior army leaders are in deep discussion when a young soldier enters. "Sir," he says, "I have urgent news. We have reports of enemy activity in the east sector. According to our intelligence, which we are still cross-checking, there's a column of about 10 enemy tanks coming in. It could also be 12. They are equipped with the standard 120 guns and traveling at a speed of about 50 km an hour. The new bridge on the river is not accessible, so they might take the route through the forest using the old steel bridge. Now, given they were about 20 kilometers away some time back, as per our calculations, they should be reaching the forward post right about boom. The forward post goes up in smoke. The US military realized that in time-sensitive critical situations, hierarchy should not hinder clear communication. They introduced BLUF, or Bottomline Upfront, a principle that means starting with the key takeaway or summary regardless of your audience's rank. In our imaginary military example, here's what the soldier could have said. "Sir, we need to send reinforcements to our eastern forward post right now. A column of about 10 enemy tanks are on their way." The US Army codified this in a document titled Preparing and Managing Correspondence. Two essential requirements include putting the main point at the beginning of the correspondence, which is bottom line up front, and using the active voice. At the workplace, we don't face critical life and death situations, but time is always of the essence. Leaders prefer to hear the answer first and get into the details based on the need. For example, in a data presentation, if I say, in spam filter tests, alpha could filter 88% of spam, while beta could filter 67%. In terms of time, alpha takes 450 milliseconds, while beta takes 300 milliseconds. You will be lost and wondering, when is the next coffee break? Instead, I could just say, in spam filter tests, alpha is more accurate, while beta is faster, and get into the detail as per need. Isn't the second bluff option much clearer? In June 2023, Mark Andreessen, co-founder of VC firm Andreessen Horowitz, also known as A16Z, published a 7,500-word essay titled Why AI Will Save the World. He began the essay with a clear bluff summary. The era of artificial intelligence is here, and boy are people freaking out. Fortunately, I'm here to bring the good news. AI will not destroy the world and in fact may save it. AI will not destroy the world and in fact may save it. In just 12 words, Andreessen summarized his entire essay. Now, you may not agree with his position, but at least it is clear. Bluff statements can be used on top of slides as a message. Check out this video if you haven't seen it yet. In reports, conversations, and also emails. In fact, your email subject line can be a mini bluff. Instead of saying project update, you can say Project Omega on track. Need OK for 2 additional hires. For a proposal about a new initiative, instead of just saying proposal for automation project, you could say proposal for saving $100,000 per year through automation initiatives. When using the bluff principle, remember 2 important caveats. 1. Curiosity. If your audience has more time or is unlikely to interrupt you, for example in a keynote speech, and you have a surprising point to make, then consider not starting with a bluff. You could pique the audience's curiosity and slowly release the answer. 2. Empathy. If you're sharing bad news, in most cases it's best to rip off the bandage and give the bad news upfront. But if you feel your audiences might react in shock, then instead of directly offloading the bad news, you can soften the blow by building up to it. Other than these exceptions, whenever you write something important, an email, slide deck, report, conversation also, consider adding a bluff statement at the beginning. Your audience will thank you. And oh, your forward post in the East will survive the enemy's attack. By the way, this content features in Story Rules, my book on storytelling techniques published by Penguin and available with all major book retailers. Story Rules distills 31 proven storytelling techniques and 300 plus real-world examples into clear frameworks that you can use right away. Click on the link in the description to get a copy. May your story rule.